Oh, good evening, everybody. My name is Crystal. I've just literally come back from walking Max across the field. My hands are red, they're frozen. I even put a glove on this hand and I still feel frozen. So the time is 7:26 p.m. on New Year's Day. And I've just taken my lovely Chihuahua out for a walk. Good evening, everybody. As you know, somebody has reported me to the council, so it's pissed me off a little bit, but I don't want to keep talking about that. I haven't filled the form in yet. I need to ring the council next week. Just to find out what's going on there. We'll do it next week. We'll get this Christmas out of the way, Christmas, New Year, and I've got to take all the Christmas decorations down, which is going to be lovely. It's a job I hate, taking the Christmas decorations down. I hate it. I like putting them up. I don't like taking them all down. So today I have been on my own. I suffer from depression and I've got stressed over yesterday, and I could feel myself churning. It was churning my stomach up. It made me feel ill. And then I keep saying to myself, it's not worth getting upset over something like that. I've got nothing to hide. I don't have any property or whatever they're trying to delve into, so my benefits are justified. So basically it's somebody just trying to get something on me, and that's what gang stalkers do, and narcissists, to keep you under control, to keep you under their control, report you to whoever, thinking it's gonna make you all subdued and they've got you under their control again. So I've got to get myself back on track. It's Wednesday, January the 1st here in Great Britain. Let's just go through my tablets. I am a strong person. I've gone out in the pitch black, in wind and rainy conditions and absolutely freezing, with my dog by myself in the dark in an unlit area. So somebody's died aged 84. Catwoman Jocelyn Wildenstein, known for extreme plastic surgery. Oh, she was all over the internet before Christmas. This lady has died. The Swiss-born New York socialite died of a pulmonary embolism in Paris on New Year's Eve, according to Paris Match. She was all over TikTok not long ago. Sorry. She was all over TikTok not long ago. I don't know what's going on with the world at the moment. There's just weird things happening. Right. So I'm just going through my notifications. Right. So I'm nothing else. I was watching that lady on TikTok and now she's dead. Oh my God. yeah, so I've been indoors. I went to the co-op this morning, got a few bits, snacks and bits to last a couple of days. The kettle that I was looking at is out of stock. I showed you a kettle, didn't I? That I was thinking about ordering, and my mum said that that's just weird because my kettle's like fucked. It's got lime scale in the bottom and I can't get it off, and I keep getting lime scale in my tea. So I looked at kettles before. My mother's kettle caused an electricity outage, and now it's out of stock. The one that I was going to get is out of stock. So these weird things, whether they're coincidences or what, keep happening, and they can be quite scary because I do live by myself and some of it can get scary. I didn't take Max out this afternoon because here in Rochester it was pissing down with rain, absolutely pissing down. I looked out the window at 2 o'clock and Max is a chihuahua and he's going to get sick. So I thought, let's keep him indoors in the warm at lunchtime. So 2 o'clock, I just stayed indoors, everything shut and bolted, nice and warm, the heater was on, and Max and I just stayed indoors. It was crazy outside this morning. The wind was like blowing me and Max all over the place. So I didn't go out this afternoon with the dog. I stayed indoors. I made it look all cosy. I lit a couple of candles, put the heating on, and we just sat indoors safe and warm. I think my mum called, but I didn't answer the phone because some of the things she says, it can be upsetting. If something happens after I've taken the phone call. Did I tell you the other day? The other day I dropped a plate on my foot after taking a phone call. Then I took another call from my mum yesterday, went to cook my lunch, and I dropped another plate on my foot. I'm surprised this foot, I can still walk on it. Yeah, so I had lunch. I had corned beef and mashed potato. My dad used to like that. I made cups of coffee, and I watched a black and white film with Barbara Windsor in it on Talking Pictures TV, and I was also watching the news about what's happened in America, the terrorist attack over New Year, which is terrible. Obviously there's no post on New Year's or anything like that. So I've just been indoors for most of the day. I'm glad I went to the co-op this morning. I'm going to tell you something as well that I didn't say this morning. Now I went out to the co-op about 9:15, and I didn't realise it opened at 9. I didn't realise it was open at all until I walked the dog this morning. And then there was a couple of lads outside smoking vape pipes, and I thought maybe it's the co-op staff. And then I went to push the co-op door open, and these two fellas said, "Oh, it's not open till 9." Now, I didn't want to stand around in vape pipe smoke, so I just went for a walk. I went for a walk behind the car park, and there was a man in there with a fluorescent jacket. Now, you can tell people have walked their dogs up there because there's dog shit on the floor, dog poop. So all I did was walk up the side of the car park, and you can see other people have been up there. There's rubbish, trash, dog shit, and he shouted at me, this guy with a fluorescent yellow jacket. He went, "What are you doing?" I went, "I'm just going for a walk." He said, "What, there?" I went, yeah, I'm just going for a walk. I said, I'm waiting for the co-op to open. You know when people like come out of the co-op and they have a fag and they go around the corner, right? I'm just walking around the back of the car park because I don't want to stand in people's smoke. And he goes to me, what are you doing? I said, I'm just going for a walk. I mean, I am in my 50s and I get this a lot. People talking to me as if I'm a little kid. He went, oh, is that what you're doing? He said, I thought you got lost. I mean, no, I'm just waiting for the co-op to open. Obviously, you can see other people have been up there. I tell you, it's full of dog poo. I can't even go for a walk. After that, I went back in the co-op and I told you, I don't know what's wrong with the world at the moment. I really don't. What you doing? What does he think I was doing? I was expecting him like to call the police on me for just standing there waiting for the co-op to open, you know. Wow. So when it got to 10 to 7, I thought, right, we've got to take Max out, even if I just hold him underneath the umbrella and let him do his do. And fortunately, the rain had stopped. It had stopped, and there was a man hanging about. When I got to the top of the road, there was a man hanging about. And I thought, right, we're going to have to go on the field. I didn't want to, but there was a man just hovering about. So I went onto the field with Max, and there was someone behind me and the dog had a green flashing dog collar. So I thought, we're going to have to go around the field now. There's someone behind us. So it was muddy, it was slippery, and at first I felt dizzy. Because when I came out of the flats, there was a strong smell of McDonald's. Someone had gone to McDonald's and obviously brought the McDonald's back into the flat. And it smelt of really strong, you know, McDonald's fries and burgers at the bottom of the flats. And I started to get a bit dizzy on my feet, but the further I walked, the better I felt. So it was a bit slippery, and I just walked around the field, and Max kept licking the plants. Habits he learnt off of Harry, my cat. He's chewing and eating plants, and he made himself sick. Because that's what cats do to get fur balls out of their throat. They eat plants. And in some certain aspects, Max acts like a cat because he's been brought up with cats. So he licks himself like a cat, and he started chewing and eating the plants. And it comes back up, doesn't it? Because that's what cats do. They chew plants because they get hairballs stuck in their throat, and it helps them get them up. So he acts like a cat. So I came off the field and I was absolutely frozen solid, and I couldn't feel my fingers, and I just hurried back home as fast as I could just to get warm. The harassment will go on wherever I go, whatever the weather is. There's somebody that I believe has been harassing and stalking me for ages, and it's made my life a bit of a misery, but I do try to smile and keep going. But they managed to spoil my new year. I wouldn't say it's the worst New Year I have had. The worst New Year I had was the year that I moved into this flat in 2020, and I just went to bed and I was in tears. I was really upset, and it should have been a special year because it was the first year of moving into this flat and people were all excited, and they were, that New Year they were all on the balconies popping bottles of champagne and wine and celebrating the new year. And someone had upset me on the internet, and it's before I had Max. I didn't go out for 3 days. That was New Year's 2020, 2021. I wouldn't go out for 3 days. They'd upset me so bad. Their disgusting behaviour. So guys, I hope you have all had a happy new year. I hope you had a better new year than I have had. I had to make certain decisions for my own safety, and when I have gone onto the television and watched the news and I've read the newspapers, etc, etc, I'm glad I didn't go up there. A car drove at pedestrians in London, and I'm glad I would have been left on my own to get a train home in the early hours of the morning. I'm glad I made the right decision, but obviously I forfeited seeing any of the fireworks and having any fun. And I'm by myself, and did I really feel like, you know, opening a bottle of champagne by myself? No, I didn't. I just didn't feel like celebrating last night. I didn't. And the way life is going, it's making people miserable. The packaging on things like crackers, sweets, and it's all dull and boring. The shininess of the wrappers is gone. It's all paper. It's all dull. The food is like halved in size. It's not. There's nothing. You open it. Oh, hardly see what you've bought. And has anybody else noticed that you're not satisfied when you've eaten something because it's tiny, it's shrunk? Or you're buying double, treble the price of something and it's just not worth it. It's disappointing, it makes you unhappy. I don't know what's going on in Great Britain at all. What has happened to this country? When I was a kid, you open the Quality Street tin it was, everything's bloody paper and cardboard. It falls apart when the rain hits it. I mean, things are so thin now as well. Some clothing, you just put it on and it busts. The zip comes off. Anyway, guys, the rest of this evening, like, I'm just going to find something to watch, and I'm going to learn my languages on Duolingo because I haven't done that today. And I'm just going to carry on. That's all I can do. And if someone just, you know, thinks that they're going to crush me, I'm a person that will always try to get up as long as I'm able to. Take care, and I'll see you all later.